Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is that time. It is that time. This will be a non-spoiler review. I do not want to spoil this movie for anybody. Nobody. If you are a fan of Ghostbusters, I recommend that you go see this. This movie was outstanding. I saw this movie yesterday, and I started to come home and do a review on it right then and there, but I felt like this deserved a little bit more respect, so I wanted to wait until I had all my thoughts together before I came and did this, because I'm a Ghostbuster nut. Okay? See, I got Ecto 1 back there. Maybe some of y'all can't see it, but there's Ecto 1 right there. I've loved this movie since I was a child. I love 1 and 2. This movie stars McKenna Grace as Phoebe, Finn Wolfhard as Trevor, Paul Rudd, who was great in this, by the way, and Logan Kim is Podcast, Celeste O'Connor as Phoebe's classmate, and that's all I'm going to say right now. First of all, this movie was absolutely beautiful to look at, 100% beautiful to look at. You get all the vibes and everything. You instantly feel like you're watching the first movie all over again, and that had me worried. I was like, are they going to do it right? Are they not going to do it right? But trust me when I tell you that they did it absolutely right. It was 100% beautiful. I mean, if I had, and it wouldn't even be a complaint, but there was a ton of fan service in this movie. A litany of just breadcrumbs everywhere from the first and second movie. But as far as everything else, they got right. This movie was directed by Jason Reitman, son of Ivan Reitman, and they did a really, really good job. Your boy was close to tears in this movie. I ain't ashamed to say it, but I was, man, because of the care and respect that they took with this movie. Now, they didn't take a whole lot of chances in this movie, and I'm fine with that. There was a ton of fan service, and I was fine with that too. This movie gave me the feels, and I felt great watching it. I felt like a little kid who was in the movie, just all over again. Just those same sounds, those same feelings, and everything. The reason you went to go watch the first one in the first place. Now, in my mind, there will be nothing that will top that first movie. I don't know if it's because of my age. I don't know if it's because of what it meant to me when I first saw it. I don't know if you know, it could be a host of reasons. But that movie will always be special to me. I don't think you can ever do a horror comedy and have it come out as great as it did. I mean, there were certain scenes in the first one that in the first Ghostbusters movie that kind of scared you a little bit, but then there was laughter from Venkman and from Ray and Egon, so and Winston. So, you know, but the mix was perfect. You know, it wasn't overbearing. Nothing was overdone. The comedy wasn't pushed too far. The horror wasn't pushed so far that kids couldn't watch it. It was like that perfect mix. So, do I recommend this movie? 100%. 100%. Some of you may feel like it follows too closely to the first movie, and you could be right. But I promise you, if you give this movie a chance and you just sit back and watch it for what it is, if you remember the first one, or if you don't remember the first one and you take your child to it. I took my son. You will not be disappointed. I loved this movie. Loved it. I'm going to watch it probably 100 more times. I may even go watch it tonight as soon as I finish with this. I loved it. I loved it. So go check it out. And when you get done, you know, come back and see me. Let me know in the comment section what you thought, because I talk about movies like I'm talking to my friends. All right, that's how I feel like movies should be talked about. I can't wait to get to my friends and tell them, what it was all about. So, and I think that's how movies should be shared. Either you go watch them with your friends, or you just talk about it after, like, oh, you remember that part? And that's how I feel right now. I feel like a stupid kid who has just watched one of his favorite movies of all time, and I love that feeling. And I think that's what movies are all about. So, go watch it, have fun, and I'm going to go to spoilers. I don't want to ruin this for anybody, so I'm going to give you a chance to pop on out of here and come on back. Before you go, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you like the content. So we're going to spoilers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So, if you've seen it, you already know. The boys are back. From the time that Phoebe picked up the phone and she called Ray, it is a cold shock. Son, I could not be controlled. Okay? I was with people and they was like, shut your face. Shut up. Shut up. There are people around you. Don't embarrass me. I didn't care, man. I did not care. Just seeing Ray, big old out of shape ass, pick up that phone. I loved it, man. And it just brought back all the feels. Just seeing him in his shop once again. I was like, man, it's just no words to describe how I felt about this movie, man. Seriously. And the fan service was insane, from the book stack in Egon's house to the music that they used, like when they were walking around the library in the first one. Ecto 1 hauling ass through the wheat field, and that sound, and the proton pack, the sound of the proton pack. I'm getting chills right now just talking about it. Just seeing that, just seeing it fire off. I was losing my mind a little bit. Losing my mind. That sound just brought me back, man. Just brought me back. I talked to my wife. I was like, yo, let's check this out. I'm thinking about getting a proton pack. Them bad boys are like $4,000. And I'm talking about like the ones that look just like the movie. $4,000. I can't tell you what my wife said, but it was something along the lines of, I will kill you in your sleep. So, needless to say, I won't be getting proton pack for quite some time, if ever. We had some new inventions. We got the trap. It's on wheels now, which was pretty cool. I didn't know what I thought about that at first, but seeing it run, that thing was pretty clean. I like that a lot. The chair that comes out of Ecto 1, it wasn't in the movies, but it was in the toy. So, man, I again, just seeing all that, man, it just brought everything back. And then they show Egon, but it's more of a silhouette of Egon, and I'm wondering, oh no, how are they going to do this? Is it going to be done? And I'm here to tell you, they did Egon so well. The respect that was shown to that man was just incredible. I can't even say how it felt just to see how they did him. It was awesome, man. I got choked up. Phoebe, when she goes into Egon's closet and you see his name tag on his jumpsuit, it's another feel. And then you start to see Janine shows up, and you go into the basement at Egon's house and you see the spores, moles, and fungus. So it's just a continuous reminder as you're watching the old, and then you are seeing the development of the new characters who are maybe going to take their spot. I mean, I would imagine they're going to take their spot because they lined up the same characters. You got Winston, who is the black female. You got Ray, which I believe is podcast. I'm guessing Peter will be played by Phoebe's brother, and Phoebe, of course, is Egon. And we'll see how they do. There were a lot of things that I had forgotten about this movie. Like, I was like, how are they doing Gozer again? And then I remembered they never caught Gozer. Gozer was just, they just made Gozer go back to wherever it came from. So I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I would like to see him do another. No, I would like to see him do another Ghostbusters story that doesn't involve Gozer. That'd be cool. But for this, I was pleasantly surprised. Please make no mistake, I was pleasantly surprised. This was a beautiful story. We get to the third act where Phoebe is confronted by Gozer, and she has to fight him off. And she's standing on that porch with that look on her face, and the music that's playing behind her, just making her look like a little badass, was absolutely perfect. And then she begins to shoot Gozer with the proton pack, and Gozer starts to push back. And when they look back to Phoebe, Phoebe is firing the proton pack with Egon. And whew, that got me. To see her do that with him, standing there helping her hold that proton pack. Man. And then it got worse when they showed all four Ghostbusters standing together. I broke, man. I'm broke. I'm getting that picture. Just seeing Peter and Ray and Egon and Winston standing together one last time. That made it all worth it just then. That made it all worth it. Because you got the old crew right there. Peter's telling his jokes. Egon standing next to Winston. Ray is, I mean, they're all, there are no words to describe that moment. That is a moment that you just feel, you just shut up and you enjoy the shit out of it. Because I did. And I need to make sure I got my shit together, because I'm about to cry right now. So, pull it together, Smitty. So, basically what I'm saying is this movie was beautiful, and it was what I wanted, I think. Even though it had a lot of nostalgia and it had a lot of the same beats from the first movie, it did. But I don't care. I don't care. I love this movie. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me on this one. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.